Good morning. Let's talk stress and anxiety. Have you been feeling it? I'm sure at some point in your life, if you're not feeling it right now, you have been feeling stressed or anxious. And in this world where it seems to be going crazier and crazy every time you look at social media or you look at the news, stress levels are increasing for many. And it's more important than ever that we start to look after ourselves and we start to manage our own stress and we start to manage our own anxiety, because most of us are under pressure most of the day when we're at work. And millions of people suffer from stress and anxiety on a daily basis. So if you are feeling stressed or anxious right now, know that you're not alone. It's becoming more and more prevalent in our society. So things that can cause stress are our work, maybe our family or our relationships, money, especially at the moment. Everything in Australia and I'm sure globally is raising. Food is getting very expensive and very rare. Um, we've got to, look after our health as well. These are really common things that really contribute to stress in most people's lives right now. Some people are more prone to being stressed or anxious. Maybe they have, we need to look at their genetics and see what's happened in their life and their family. So it's something that they were born into. We could look at our personality and how we cope with stress. Some people who have less social support than other people feel more stressed or more anxious. And we all have different coping styles. So these are all things that we need to look at when we're looking at stress. And if you could be going through the same thing as somebody else and they seem to be handling it quite well, and you are having anxiety attacks or feeling more stressed and you're not coping very well. But know there are things out there that can really, really help you. And some things are really, it's so important that we do this, because if we live in a heightened state of stress and anxiety, then we risk, I guess we risk the increase of risk and of disease in our life. It's a weird way of saying that, but the disease risk increases the more stressed we are, the more we stay in anxiety. And obviously depression as well. So if we can find strategies to help us out of that, it's really, really important. Now, what's important is, these are things that we hear all the time that are good things for us, things like exercise and nutrition and getting off the phone and off of the computer as much as possible and doing mindfulness exercises, stepping out in nature, hugging your pet, hugging your friend, hugging your partner, getting, those happy hormones inside of you, doing something that you love, and self-care. These are all really, really important things that many of us actually neglect in our day-to-day life. And the thing is, we are under constant pressure. And if we don't counteract that, how are we supposed to become less stressed, become less anxious? So we need to start implementing some techniques into our daily life. And the more that we do this, the more we're going to want to do this, because it makes us feel better. So what are some self-care ideas that we could throw out there that you could probably implement into your life a little bit more? So maybe going out for a walk in nature. Maybe just sitting out in nature. We're getting, the good feelings from the plants and the birds, and it's always such a relaxing place to be. It's for me especially. Hopefully for you too. Taking a bath, Epsom salt bath is really good. It's really good for your muscles, but it's also good to just maybe light some candles in the bath and just sit there with nothing around, and just sit there with your thoughts and just calm down. Maybe play some beautiful music as well, something that's gonna, can't think of the word, relaxing music, let's call it that. Hugging an animal, hugging my dog, to me is amazing at calming me down. So it's not really self-care, it's hugging him, and but on the flip side of that, it makes me feel good. So it is a form of self-care as well. Maybe reading a book is a way that you calm down, or exercise, exercising on a daily basis, not to the point where you are, pushing weights every day and it's extreme, but just, gentle exercise on a daily basis to help calm down your body. Eating some nutritious food is always very good for you as well. Maybe going to have a massage, or doing Pilates or yoga or stretching or something gentle like that with your body. Maybe using some essential oils or taking up a hobby. I know for me, I've spoken about this many times, art is a thing that I love to do, crafts, and I like to build things out of rubbish. So for me, if you give me a big pile of rubbish and say make something out of it, that's one of the most relaxing things that I can do. So just know that you can find something that relaxes you. It doesn't have to be the same as everyone else, but it needs to be constant. It needs to be something that you can do on a daily basis. So my task for you is write down what you do for yourself on a daily basis. See how often you are in a stressed or anxious state, and then notice how often you put yourself in a state of relaxation. And just become aware. Awareness is the first step in creating any kind of change. So just become aware of how you're feeling most of the time. And then know that any of these tips that I've given you, any of these ideas that I've given you, can take you out of that state where you are in a hyper, anxiety or stress state, into a state of relaxation. And know there's things that you can do. You are in control of this. And the more you do things that you love and that calm you down, the more you might start lifting yourself out of depression, or lifting yourself out of anxiety, or giving your body a break so it can fight off those diseases, because our body starts looking after us when we look after it. So I hope these, really, they are very, very easy things to do. You would have heard them many times, but have you really thought about the amount of stress that you put into your life as opposed to the amount of things that you do for yourself on a daily basis? And always make the choice to do something for yourself. So this morning, before I did this video, I've been out and I've walked the dog. I mean, it's something I have to do, but I enjoyed it. There's actually a blue sky out there today, and I love being out in the sunshine. And then generally I would do some form of exercise. But what I did this morning was rake my garden. I've got a very large garden. We've had floods, and we have not had a chance to mow the lawn, so it was really, really long. So I've raked all of the grass up and put it around the bottom of my trees. And for me, that was my form of exercise this morning. And so on a daily basis, I always choose something that makes me feel better. If I don't feel like going to the gym, what will make me feel better? Where will I get my exercise from today? Will I do a longer walk with the dog? Will I do something in the garden? How will I move my body to make me feel good? So start thinking this way. Start thinking the things that you can do to nurture yourself. And I'm sure that you will start finding that you will become more and more relaxed, and your stress levels will start reducing, your anxiety will start reducing as you start increasing the things that make you feel good. So thank you so much for listening to me today. I would love to know how you go in the comments, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.